So, I lied in the last video. I did not do anything while I was away, which means there are 4 days left of the RPM challenge and we have a lot of work to do. So in the first video we had 2 tracks on the circuit tracks, which obviously is hardware, and then the second video there were 4 tracks made in the DAW. None of them are in a finished state that I'm necessarily happy with, and so everything there needs to either be finished or replaced or combined or something, and then also at least 4 new tracks need to be created from scratch. So it's a lot of work to do in 4 days. However, based on what happened in the January challenge last month, it seems that just focusing for a shorter amount of time on one project, particularly using hardware probably, and just sort of getting it done, and then focusing on the creative part of it rather than worrying so much about mixing and stuff like that, and then just have something that's a solid idea rather than a small loop that's mixed well but doesn't go anywhere. That sort of seems like a better approach considering how last minute this is. Worst case scenario, we end up with 10 ideas and we just have to put something together out of them. Ideally, we come up with a few extra really solid ideas and we can get rid of some of the less developed or just things I don't like as much, or combine some of the other things together, put something new together. Some of the ones, well actually the one that was on guitar and had some loops in the background, I really like some parts of that and really don't like some parts of that. I want to record live drums for it, and I'm not sure that's something that's going to happen in 4 days, so that might be one to push back for another time. I really like the basis of it, but I don't have my kit mic'd, but that's something to think about. But the priority right now is honestly more about quantity and get a bunch of ideas and see what sticks, pretty much. So that's where we're at. Unfortunately, as much as I've been wanting to avoid doing this for the 3rd time, what comes after this very well might be just a bunch of sketches in a row with no talking. Never mind, I'm gonna actually try and talk through some things. So last night after recording that bit, I came up with a sketch on the circuit tracks, and my organ, which is a piece of equipment I haven't really spoken about much, this thing. So I got it a while ago. I have been very slowly working on a video about it, but between January and RPM it's been hard to get much done on that, but I was sort of half holding off on using it to make anything until I had made that video, which is just, that was stupid because it's just a missed opportunity. So the take you see is not the final take I'm going to use, but the idea is there and I'm actually quite happy with that idea. I just need to work out sort of what role the organ is going to play in that piece, whether, because at some bits I'm sort of improvising lead stuff, some bits it's a bit, I'm playing some chords. So I need to work out, one, what tone, because there's many options on the organ, what tone I want to use, what matches best with the sounds coming out of the circuit tracks, and then also, yeah, whether it's going to be playing some chords, doing some improvised lead sort of stuff, what I want to do. So here is that piece, enjoy. So please do let me know what you thought of that. As with everything else in this video and all of the RPM videos, getting your feedback on the pieces is a very important way to improve them. But yeah, that is a bit of a different one. I haven't used the organ in any music I've released yet, so it's a bit of a different process, recording it and everything, and it does come with a lot of background noise as well, just because it's a old technology and all of that, so that's a bit of a trade-off as well. Next thing, even though I said before that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, I fixed up and cleaned and tuned my drums yesterday. I also bought new cymbals just a few days ago as well, so I feel like it would be stupid not to at least have a go at recording live drums for that guitar piece from the last video. I keep saying piece as if these are like compositions. But I want to have a go at that. One caveat: this mic, the one I'm using to record this, and this is picking it up is gonna make everything sound terrible right now. This is it. This is the only microphone I have. It's a USB mic. It is really not made for recording anything like drums. I used it to record the guitar in... Actually, that's not true. I went straight into the interface and then used a virtual amp. But I'll give it a crack and try recording the drums with just this one mic. There is a high potential that it's not going to sound very good as far as quality, but it will most certainly have a unique character, as most sort of, low quality recordings do. So I'll give it a go. I have recorded drums with it before. I obviously just don't have any other mics to use, don't really have any other option, and it's never been a big deal because I've never been that interested in recording live drums. But I think it would take that song to a more suitable level. At the very least, for this one, I'm going to try to record something I can use. How that's going to go, I have no idea, but you're about to hear whatever I come up with. So, enjoy. So that's what I came up with. It's bad as far as sound quality, but I think it's more interesting than the previous thing. At the very least, it's not just one loop being repeated. And although the sound quality is pretty ordinary, it adds character. No, I don't know, it's more interesting, and it's also at least my own work now. I don't think I'm honestly going to have time to work further on that, as in I won't have time to do another session recording the drums for that song. So as far as that, I think that's pretty much done. I still have to choose between a couple of similar takes on the guitar and the bass, like really just the guitar, or potentially record that again, but that's way less organizational work than setting up to record the drums. So that might be something that I go back over. So I'm glad I got to do that. It's probably not the most efficient use of my time at this very last minute stage, but I'm glad I got to go back over that a little bit. So the plan now is come up with a few more sketches on again, just some combination of hardware. Not too sure specifically what. Anyway, that is going to be it for this update.
So I'm recording this now on the 25th. So whenever you're seeing this, I have 3 days left to do 3 more songs plus fix everything. So hopefully shortly after this video there will be another one coming out with the final bits of the process. There is a Discord server as well to join. I might leave a link in the description if I remember, but if not, it is in my channel bio. So if that's your thing, please consider joining. It's admittedly kind of dead, but it would be great to get it more active. There was a time when it was more active and it was a really good place to share your work, and I got a lot of help out of it as well, and some of my older music came out of that. It would be cool to get it up and running again. I've just kind of let it slip a little bit. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.